Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. And today I'm going to be taking a look at any changes or shifts that are happening during this um, Lionsgate full moon, new moon phase. Whenever you're watching this at time of recording, is right around the Lionsgate portal, and there's a lot of shifts and changes happening within the collective. When I sat down to record, I was kind of keeping the energy open, and all of a sudden, I was hearing this is also for the full moon. So if you're watching this whenever you are, this is a message for you about sudden shifts and changes that are happening in your life. There's been a little bit of that happening here, which is why I've basically taken a break from recording and posting. It's just like one of those things where, the whole tower moment where everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And I'm kind of having a sense of humor about it. So if that's the case with you, then first of all, welcome. You're in good company. And second of all, let's see if we can't get some messages for you as you're going through it. So right now, these two cards are representing the energy are in now currently at this time. And it really doesn't matter if you're watching this at the time recording during the Leo Lionsgate portal stage, or if you're just watching this whenever, because some of you I heard are watching this during the Wolf Moon, which I believe is in February or January. So that kind of happens sometimes when I tap in, but basically there's just a lot of shifts and changes happening, and life is cyclical and all that. So these cards are going to be representing the changes that are happening or any sudden news or shifts that are happening based off of the energy you're in now. And these are representing any shadows you're releasing or any advice on how to, I guess, tame that inner lion, tame that part of you, that fiery part of you that might not want to let go of an old paradigm, or just ways for you to shift a little bit easier. And I want to thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video because it does actually help. And we'll get back into posting a little more, but a lot of shifts and changes have been happening recently. And for you, if this is the case, and remember, this is timeless in general, so only take what resonates. If you are watching this now and it doesn't resonate, maybe watch it during the next full moon or the next wolf moon, or it might just make sense later, even into next year. But right now, it feels like the timeline for a parody. I think sudden, harsh realizations have been coming through. I think reality is crashing down around you, a lot of people around you. Yeah, I'm hearing egg on your face and the veil is off. So it feels like there's this almost like, okay, so I heard the Katy Perry song Chained to the Rhythm. You're watching everybody around you going around in circles like, what the heck is going on? Because you're realizing, like, you took those rose colored glasses off. The other song coming to mind is Rose Colored Boy by Paramore. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are surrounding you, and I keep hearing delusions of grandeur. There might be some like entitlement happening, or maybe you're coming out of an entitlement phase where there's some rude awakening happening currently, and whatever disillusionment you may have fallen under is really just it's taking a hold on everything else in your life, and you might be even reevaluating a lot of the things you surround yourself with: connections, family, friends, career. Because I'm seeing the music video for Rose Colored Boy, um, and Haley Williams is a journalist, and she's going with the script, and it's like, okay, I have to wear this mask because I am a woman on TV and on screen, and even the men have to wear a mask too. It's like, just do what you want, girl. And the reason why she got into it within the storyline of the music video is like, I'm passionate about this. I like journalism, or I like presenting the news, but then the corporations kind of stink because they need to sell an image, and a woman or a person is more than just an image. We're, all of us human beings are more than just two-dimensional objects. But unfortunately, in this day and age, people can be triggered by depth, and people can be triggered by authenticity and intensity, because we just live in a paradigm where authenticity is often seen as um, kind of a little bit of a threat, and it's often disregarded as unremarkable. Like, we can't be ourselves because it's like, if everybody's special, no one is. And it's like, okay, syndrome. No, that's not how that works. It's like, everybody is special and unique and brings something to the table. Like, there's no reason to disregard anybody. And if you're passionate about something and you want to do something, like, even let's say if you are trying to be a journalist and you realize that if you're doing an investigative journalism sort of career and a lot of people are lying, you might as well be working for the Onion, It's like, there's a lot of truths coming to the surface. Or maybe you're not in any of those industries and you're just seeing people for who they truly are. And it's disconcerting and maybe uncomfortable to admit those truths, but in a way, it's possible you always knew it was that way, and you're just releasing the part of you that was chained to the rhythm, that was forcing yourself to smile when you didn't feel like that. It's like the rose-colored glasses are coming off. I'm going to smile if I want to, but I won't if I don't. I'm going to cry a little longer. So if that is a phase you're in, if that's your phase of healing, it feels like whatever the shift is bringing into your life is going to help you enter into the more honest part of your nature and embody that part of you. Like, if you entered into even a career and you did a lot of work to get there, you rose to the top and you know everything, but now you're seeing that it's not exactly what you thought it is. There might be even this opportunity for a shift to come in with that, or you're just kind of entering in a phase where you're just kind of reevaluating what you need to do moving forward. So let's see what shifts and changes are happening. I'm also hearing late April, where you had some rude awakenings in late April. I'm seeing April 24th, 25th. Um, okay, so this is very specific for some of you. I heard the phrase "bring newspaper clippings to your next getaway." Can you clarify? That was a very brief and odd message, but it might resonate, because I'm seeing someone like clipping out letters, not like ransom letters, like pages from a newspaper or pages from a magazine, and taking them on an outing or retreat, possibly planning, mood boarding, story. What is that? Mood board? Yeah, creating a mood board on your next getaway. If you have plans to go on a vacation or a holiday with a group of friends, because now I'm seeing a group of friends, like girls, sitting at a cafe and getting a whole stack of old magazines and cutting out pictures and making a mood board, or a vision board. That's what it's called. A vision board of what they want. A vision board on a vision quest. If you're with a group of people and you're trying to manifest something new, um, I heard the phrase, "you're getting away from the Cullens." You might have been dealing with a lot of vampires recently, like social, emotional vampires. Some of you might even identify as spellcasters, solo practitioners of magic. So there is an opportunity for a fresh start. Like, as I'm yammering on, there's an opportunity to start something new. And I'm even seeing this, like the newspaper clippings, weird. So there's a fresh start that's happening, and it's because you are igniting that passion in you. You're realizing, uh-oh, I'm taking these glasses off. It's like you're finally seeing that third eye is opening, and you are the fool going off on this new venture, on this new timeline, just releasing a lot of what doesn't serve you anymore, and understanding that your passion helps make you grow, is part of who you are. And then I'm kind of, in a weird way, this Knight of Wands, yeah, I feel like this is more you. Like, this is subconsciously where you are. And this Knight of Wands feels like it's paired up with this Nine of Wands. It feels like these are going hand in hand for some reason. So this might be tied to something you are very passionate about and desperately attempting to hold on to. And you need I'm hearing you need to let go of the expectations that others have placed on you and just hold on to what you know is right for yourself at this point. Know what you enjoy doing, even if you have to do it on the side. Like if you have a specific career and a hobby that might not be like the same thing or not aligned, like, because okay, writing and journalism is coming to mind. Like if you are not a journalist or an entertainer, but you kind of either want to get a foot in the industry, but you're at a different job, like doing that on the side, mixing up your career and hobby and creating this work life balance, even if you don't make it big, just doing what you enjoy. Like, I'm even seeing for some of you who know your natal chart, look at your part of fortune, see where you're going to manifest the most success in life, and see where, you're going to find a lot more joy, because that could have something to do with a shift happening. It just feels like there's an imbalance between you and what truly ignites that fire in you. It truly sets your light like ablaze. See, because I'm seeing this, like, just do what makes you most passionate. Um, yeah. Is there anything else with that? There's something about news coming to you. Something is happening in your life briefly, and I feel like there might be a catalyst with another fire sign. I'm seeing a Sagittarius or a fire sign in your life might actually be the catalyst for burning everything away. Because yeah, I'm seeing a match being lit and everything falling away from you. And if some of you use candle magic, light a white candle to purify your space, to, cleanse your holiness, rid yourself, and even sage or a salt bath to clear your energy, to make room for what will be or what would become if you didn't have these people with you. That's kind of the message I'm getting, is there's going to be room for change, but it might be a moment with something or someone in your life that just really is the final straw. It's like, okay, the last ship has been burned. We're not going back to the life we knew. You know, when the last bridge, the last ship, everything's gone. It's me and my candlelight. And other people were probably using you to keep them warm. And, that's not right or fair. Not right or fair for any of us. So that's some good news coming into you about what's going on in this shift and this change. Mm, yeah, so I'm just seeing a spider like wrapping someone in a web, and someone in a cage. It just, I'm actually going to pull some clarifiers for what this might mean for some of you. Um, Something you put a lot of attention into, or something you might have worked hard on with a group of people, might actually fall through in order for you to move on. Something, yeah. So I'm getting a little bit of a career change with this, which is funny. Three of Cups is about community coming together and celebration. And it's also, I look at it as a form of, like, I look at it in a similar way as the Three of Pentacles, where it's a collaboration, but it's a celebration emotionally of life and joy. But there's something that you almost like prematurely celebrated. You enjoyed something with someone or a group of people, and it feels like either this has already happened and this is like water on the bridge, or this will happen to cause this change, which might actually be permanent, but it's good for you. I think for some of you already know what this is. Like, this might even be something you see coming, where you're just kind of looking at a group of people you knew, and it's like, I don't know you anymore. What are you doing? Again, I'm seeing the image of a candle. Um, if you do use candle magic, first of all, be careful. But I'm also seeing someone writing a letter and sealing it with like the candle wax, and kind of putting it away, disregarding it. And for some of you, if you do that kind of work, it looks like it's either a love letter to yourself. It doesn't feel like it's a bad message. Like, it's not angry. I feel like some of you might just need to write some kind words to your future self, and to help you on this healing journey, just to remind you, because that's something that I did. like about 4 or 5 years ago, I refused to see the truth of a specific situation, and I was not ready to let go and move on. And I ended up writing a lot of things down, like to remind myself in the future, if I ever doubted myself or my reality, to kind of ground myself in my own truth, like knowing that what I went through was real, and that reminding myself of everything that happened and transpired. You might need to kind of write a letter to yourself with love to remind yourself in the future and hold on to it, so that if you doubt this decision, or you doubt that any of whatever is happening in your life, if it's a bad situation, a bad job or career, or a bad group of people, that it is in fact not good for you, and you know it and you see it, so you don't doubt yourself. Because that's a hard part about moving on and, grieving the loss of people you knew and love. It's kind of realizing that there was stuff and red flags along the way. And it's just a natural part of life, and no one's wrong in that situation. But it is kind of a form of self deception and sabotage if you're just being with people who just no longer align, or if you're working a career that just doesn't see eye to eye, and you're risking your integrity, and it's not what you sign up for. You just kind of have to move on. You end the cycle, and you can get back on your 2 feet again, because you reached that far. And then, like, you have no idea how far you can go, honey. But you got to remind yourself not to go back. It might even have to do with an ex. If you plan to let go of an ex, like, write a note to your future self if you ever feel like going back there, and open up that letter, and hopefully you won't have to. It feels like if you do that sort of work, or even that might be a suggestion from your higher self or spirit as well, to just write a letter to yourself, and only open it if you have doubts, and if you feel like you're going to go back, and just keep it there for future reference. But let's continue on with this reading, and see what shadows you might need to let go of, or advice for these changes. Okay, so yeah, no. You have future vampires. Let go of past vampires to avoid future ones. So I do love this. I literally just kind of reread through the entire guidebook of this deck, the Dark Woods Tarot, and it's actually very beautiful, because it is a shadow deck, working with the shadow self and the shadow witch. And I'm pretty much an in-depth shadow work reader. I do well with the shadows, and I do well at clearing them and understanding them. And I can't really say for sure I work with shadow magic. I understand balance in that sense, where you have to understand the shadows in order to appreciate the light and to tame the shadows. But this card pretty much talks about um, being this person who is passionate in what they do and enjoying the finer things in life. And they find themselves with this person laid at their feet. And this vampire has to decide, am I going to keep them alive and turn them for company, or am I going to suck them dry? And parts of you know what it's like to be used in that way by a person or a group of people, or even a company. Because to be fair, a lot of industries kind of do that. They shrug their shoulders like, well, there's not enough people and there's not enough money in the budget, so you're just going to have to lay there, when you have every right to be this strong, powerful woman standing over this person, like whatever your gender is. You have every right to be this, because deep down inside, we all have the right to live that powerful existence where we are the magic, we are the creators of our own destiny, and no one gets to decide what we do for us. But it feels like you just need to first identify the people in your life who are not like this person who might have been made out to be you, the one who's laying at the feet of the vampire. You need to find out who is the ones who take up most of your time, waste your energy, and send you on a wild goose chase, and it feels like nothing gets done around them. You need to identify the people. I heard the phrase, dealing with these people is like getting a letter in the snail mail. It's like 5 to 10 business days to hear back from them, and you work in the same place. Like, just send a text, Dan. Oh, that is funny. Like, you work in the office and he's just a few cubicles over, and it takes like 10 business days for him to respond to something that is needed the next day. It's that vibe. You're dealing with people who are time vampires, emotional vampires, and even psychological vampires. Like, people who play tricks on you, or people who play games, or even maybe you're just playing tricks on yourself. Like, you're draining your own energy and draining your own fun by not seeing that life could be just so much more brighter and beautiful if you just let go of what doesn't serve you and just let the cycle end. Because I think the biggest thing that you have to overcome is just this need to hold on what no longer serves you. Like, you need to let go and let this turn, and it will turn in your favor the more you understand your truth. Because this Three of Wands also talks about just embodying that passion. It really is exactly what this Knight of Wands is. But you can like kill your own passion in a way by giving it to others, by allowing others to take from you, by not standing up for yourself and not believing in yourself. Like, it's not bad. Like, in this shadow deck, it's not bad to have this aspect. It's just understanding yourself, understanding the ego and the ego of others. And unfortunately, like, you can't control the ego of others. But if you know you have a vampire in your midst, don't walk up to them and present your neck. Don't welcome them into your home. Don't even respond to them. Just walk out, because you deserve to be this person who's just enjoying life. Not in a egoic or dark way or a bad way. Like, you're not going to go out there and start hurting people. You're not going to take advantage of people. I hope not. It's just about taming that inner side of yourself that is either all give and no take or receive, or all take and no give, because you could equally be this vampire. You could be this person who is sucking people dry while expecting the world to turn in your favor, while expecting everyone else to do the work for you, which is not fair to you or anyone else either. But it could go either way. If you're not the type of person to take advantage of other people, just be aware there are plenty of people out there who do. So whatever's going on in your life, it's just allow it to fall away. And unfortunately, one of the biggest things I had to learn over the past 4 or 5 years is that when we make these changes within, when we decide we want to move and grow, like, almost everything that was part of our old life, like, it falls away. Like, almost everything. Things you wouldn't expect to fall away would fall away. But they were aligned with you when you were a certain type of frequency, when you were a different person. They aligned with you, this job, these people, like, a different version of you met them. And, whatever happens next really is up to you. And you don't even have to walk away from people. You don't have to get a new job. You just got to decide to love yourself and branch out into maybe just something new, a side hobby or something you find passionate. Go to a paint night and, drink wine or something, or go to like a wine tasting, go to a party, go to a festival. Like, do something that brings you joy. It doesn't have to be drastic, as changing your life. Changing some part of yourself that restricted you from seeing joy. But for some of you, this might actually be a drastic change, because a lot of things have been going on in the collective, and there's just something you need to know is that it's not uncommon for this to happen to a lot of people at once. And I have been sensing this is a similar type of collective shift as 2020 and 2021, that there's just a lot of reevaluating. And this happens every once in a while. The shift kind of happens when the collective decides we're moving together. You're moving with us, or you're not coming with us. If this isn't drastic for you, this is just something as simple as you're just going to take a romantic holiday and walk away from a way of living, or you're just not going to say no to enjoying life anymore. But if this is something as drastic as walking away from people or a career, it's coming. It's been a long time coming. And even if you don't, you kind of understand that the rule of thumb right now is if people are kind of like entitled to your energy, and you're allowing them to take from you when you can stand up and say no to people. It's hard to say no to people who are entitled. They will fight you. They will say, how dare you say no? You never said no before. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm saying no now, and I'll say it again. And then that pattern persists. And then these people stop going around to you to get sustenance because you're not giving them anything. You kind of have to be strong and set those boundaries and keep them. And don't fall for the noise and the pity party, because people who are free to do whatever they want are just going to do whatever they want. So that's some advice to a few of you. Um, is there, there's certain challenges you might need to overcome that have to do with an old timeline. Okay, some of you, only take if it resonates, some of you might have an ex that you need to cleanse from your system. You have an ex that is still either hanging around you, or for some of you, I'm seeing with a group of friends. Okay, now I'm seeing the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Okay, so this is maybe triggering. Only take it if it resonates. Some of you had a partner or an ex who did something not very nice, not like abusive or anything, but maybe like cheated on you, and your friends knew about it and they took their side, or they just didn't really, they're not talking. Oh, geez, Louise. Well, first of all, I want to give you a great big hug if this is you. Anyone out there, that's you. Oh my goodness. That's something that you gotta grieve. And unfortunately, I'm hearing you grieve it on your own. Okay, so that's something, if that realization hits, in divine timing, you're going to find out that nobody in that group of people is your friend. Nobody who is just like, oh, get over it. That was a long time ago. No, if someone hurt you, that's not right. That's not right. It doesn't matter if they meant it or not. They hurt you. That's all. Like, that's it. And that might be something harsh, and it might be a harsh hit, but everyone out there, ladies and gentlemen, you deserve better. Like, every single person on this planet deserves better. Like, don't shame yourself if you have to walk away. Because, yeah, it feels like treason. One of your spirit guides is like, it feels like treason. Yeah, no, no, I think that's spot on, because I think I saw someone's spirit guide be like, no, that's exactly what's happening. And so you have some spirit guides and even family or friends around you who are like disapproving of the fact that you have this group of people. They're being compared to clucking hens who like were siding with an ex. I'm kidding. Some of you, this might have been a boyfriend who was a bad boy. I'm hearing tattletale. Okay. Yeah, so if that's the case, your spirit guides are warning you not to retaliate, but to let go of everybody who sided. Okay, you have a lot of very loving family and friends and spirit guides around you right now. I think some of you even have a grandmother you talk to, or in spirit or physically. Some of you, if you have grandmothers and you sit down and you visit them, like I'm seeing a young woman and a grandmother sitting and drinking tea and having cookies. Like, if there's someone you talk to about this, like, definitely confide in them, and create a way to get out of that friend group. And you might not be able to explain to them why. Like, if you sit down and say, hey, this really hurt me, and they don't care, it might actually kind of make things worse. But only do what you feel guided to do. Confide in the people you trust, but it might be time to let go of an old group of friends who are just sort of surrounding you, like these. Yeah, the group of monkeys are these ones who are like, here we are, we're watching you lying there, and there's this like greedy vampire guy or girl or whatever, like being like, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, okay, your aunties, your uncles, your grandmothers, like, no, get out of there, honey, you deserve better. So yeah, don't because, oh God, I heard the phrase, don't trust a motherfucker with a switchback. And I'm like, what the freak? Okay, I don't know what that means, but someone's spirit guide has a sense of humor. You have a guardian angel around you. Like, I feel like there's I'm hearing there's a couple of you, more than that, or maybe even a dozen of you who might be feeling this right now, and it might be strange for you to hear, but just just let go of this person. They're not worth your time and energy. I'm even seeing like a boy in a polo shirt on a see. I'm getting masculine energy. Like whoever hurt you has a lot of very selfish, like tomboyish masculine energy. Like they feel like they're this Knight of Wands, but you have this fire deep inside of you, and you just gotta let it burn. It's like don't burn them. Like don't hurt other people. Like I will always always tell you and warn you about, karmic laws and that sort of stuff. You don't want to hurt the people who hurt you. You want to let the universe do its thing because justice prevails. And if you continue the cycle of, torment, then, it's just going to keep coming back to you. Okay. So just, I'm hearing pay it forward, but talk to your grannies and vent. That's where you find your fire. Go to a salsa night, dance your little tuchus off, out with your friends and just go to a bar and like talk about it. Like I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but these are things that are coming to mind. But get rid of them and get rid of the people who see eye to eye with those sorts of people. That's not fair, you know. Someone's grandma's like, I'm not gonna see them lay idly by while they like have someone walk all over you, walk away. So, yeah, this is what I see happening during this Lionsgate full moon, new moon cycle. It's a little bit confusing. There's a lot coming through right now, but whenever you see this and whatever resonates, this is the sudden shifts and changes happening for you. Thank you once again, dear viewers, for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in another reading.